I can't believe we are on this almost, well, it's 3 weeks now. Yeah? And it's such a delight to be with you today. And we are continuing the series of Own Your Power. And for those of you who see me for the first time, I'm Rev.Joslyn, the founder of Intuitive Wellbeing Institute. And if you're feeling out of balance or seeking deeper fulfillment and growth, I'm here to help you unleash your potential, live your truth, and nurture your health. Today we are looking at how to redefine yourself in motherhood and reclaim your power or own your power. Now, when we become mothers, I am a mom, our life change. I'm in a whole different state of motherhood, but I'm a mom. And that is such a privilege. I mean, there are some of us, of course, who opt not to be a mother in terms of literally giving birth to a baby, but we are mothers in many different ways. We may be mothers in a different capacity. But for the purpose of this, I'm really talking to women who opt to do motherhood, whether it's through adoption, whether it's through giving birth for yourself. This is what we're talking about, and I'm saying it's a privilege. If you, most times we say, as a metaphysician, we literally say, our babies actually choose us. Yes, so I was privileged to be chosen by my daughter, and I want us to talk about that a little bit. How can we as mothers, as I say, I'm not in the infancy stage of motherhood. In fact, I can be a grandmother, but I'm not. But I'm qualified in more ways than one to be a grandmother. Yes, so I'm laughing at this because I'm checking on a couple of things I'm not willing to share just yet. So, how do you navigate that part of motherhood, that special? How do you keep yourself healthy? How do you relate with your babies or your children, whatever age they are at, during motherhood, and maintain your power? This is what I want us to talk about. And of course, feel free to drop your comments, ask your question. Let's have a discussion. This is a dialogue. I'm trying not to have a monologue here. And so you want to, during motherhood, you want to be able to keep yourself healthy. You want to be also able to be in that space where you can keep your children healthy. And of course, it's so very important. I know by now everybody knows that little phrase that says, take care of yourself first, because, for instance, when you're on the plane, they ask you to put the oxygen mask in your nose first. So if you don't replenish, if you do not nourish yourself, and it's a proven fact, if you don't do that, the energy that you are able to put out would not be as much as you would have if you had taken that time to replenish. Yes? And of course, we're talking about self-care. And self-care, by now everyone should know, it's just more than just the pampering, although pampering is part of it. But self-care is taking care of your mental health, and that can come through many different forms. Yes? And we have already discussed some of the tools that you would use. So the focus is on you being a mom, and if you're a mom of little children, you being in that space where you can literally get them involved in the things that you're doing and still maintain your power. So redefining yourself in motherhood should be a fun and positive thing. because you are now more powerful than ever, and of course you have you've been divinely chosen to care and love for these children. So what you want to do is to be in that position where you can get the kids involved in the things that you're doing at the time. And so I'm going to ask you this question. What things have you loved? What things do you love to do that your children can now be a part of? So maybe you're a mom trying to build your own business. Yes? And yesterday I looked at a video. It's one with one of my friends, and she's a mom, and she's trying to build her own business, and what she has done is literally get the whole family involved in that. So her business is a product based business. So what she did is that she had the kids, they came together, and of course her husband was part and parcel of it. And while she was doing one thing, she had the kids doing the labels and so on. So these are some of the ways you want to redefine motherhood. You don't have to do it all by yourself, you know. Another thing is for self-care time. If you want to do your pampering time, I always tell mom that you can let your kids know. I mean, if they are that age where, you know, mom is having that special time. It's my special time might be on Fridays. For me, it used to be Fridays. And so you have, maybe you may have to arrange an extra baby care, a babysitter, or maybe if you have a partner, they can trumping on that. So this is the ways as to how you do not have to give up your life because you have children. Of course, you would prioritize them, but you ultimately still comes first. So you get them to be part of it, even in terms of a simple thing as if you want that meditate, and one may ask, you get the kids, you teach them, you pull them together. A good example for that was me when I was growing up. My mom she wasn't into meditating, but we had what we call our worship time, as we were Christians, and so we would have those moments. We knew, for instance, on Saturdays we'd come together with her. We had a daily called daily word or whatever. It wasn't daily word, some special text. Sorry, my nose is just constantly itching there. I apologize for that. Yeah, so she would, on Saturdays, she would pull us in, and we would read and do all the things. And it was her moment also to get her little quiet time in. Yeah? So these are some of the things, and again, I'm urging you to put some things in the comments so we can share those ideas. Another question I want to ask you is, what new rituals or hobby can you start doing now with your children and as a family? And these are, again, this is what will help you to own your power, to reclaim your power in regards to your family time. So you get the opportunity. For instance, you may want to take up painting. And again, these are something that you can include the children in. And again, if you have a partner, you may want to include the children. Your hobby might be, a new hobby might be, you want to learn a new culinary, you want to do culinary arts, you want to enhance your cooking skill. Yeah? And again, you may want to include the kids in that. Maybe when you're practicing, they may not be able to go to class with you, although they may. But when you're home and you're doing your little practicing, you can get them involved in that. And that's another way of you not leaving out. So you're not leaving out your time to do your personal development and so on. You're still improving on yourself as your family grow. or as you nurture your family. Yes, so that's one way. Another way for me, for instance, I know when my daughter was much younger, one of the ways I continually kept up with my personal development, back then I was a Toastmaster, and I would carry her to some of our Toastmasters meeting, and in that way she also get an unfortunate fortunately for us in the club that I was in at the time, we did things occasionally to include the kids. So the children, they had their own they at times they could have get involved in some of the speeches that we were doing, and up to now my daughter have some certificates to show for that. So these are some of the things, as you become a mother, as you're nurturing your family, you yourself are keeping up. Yes, you are keeping up and you're getting them involved so they're not left out. Yes, so I wouldn't keep you long. One of the some action steps I want you to take, I want to encourage you of add some new recipes to your meal plan. Instead of the regular thing, add one. And I also encourage folks to go meatless one day. So you can do your meatless Monday. You want to continue to exercise daily, enough to break a sweat. Yes, and there are some folks who they have their routine. They go to the gym now. You may not be able, again, for motherhood. Maybe the gym time does not coincide with you and the children's schedule, but that doesn't mean you have to be not doing the exercises and allow your body to put on extra weight if that's not what you were looking for, and so on. So you can find some other alternative. You can get the children involved in the exercise program also. So it's all about, as I say, redefining your method of doing things. And for those of us who have, we are out here, we have adult children now. How do you redefine motherhood? How do you, sometimes as parents of adult children, some folks feel a little bit guilty because they may feel, I haven't been there 100% for my child, and now they're all grown up and they want to still be part of their life and try to do things that they felt that they should have done. A lot of adult children say the parents is making up for what they did not do when they were younger. So I would say to someone who like me in terms of having adult children, what you want to do is be in that position where you are a support. You are a support. I know when I was out of the island and I had arranged with my daughter for us to have a date night. I did it virtually because I'm out of the island. So I said, let's have tea together, and we did that until she had more exciting things than to have mom there. But what was important is that she knew that I'm here there, and I'm here to give her whatever support she may need at the time. So these are some of the things in ways how you can redefine motherhood, and you do not have to be a martyr. You don't have to feel guilty if you may not be able to spend or to invest as much time as you would need. Make those times, the time that you have, meaningful. And that's another thing for mothers who may not opt to be home with their children, or mothers who may not. Yes, Mikey, moral support goes a very long way, so true. And I think that is much more important than ever. I know for me, as young, well, that's years ago, but having my mom doing certain things for me, or just being there for me, even in terms of just, in her case, she could have prepared a meal because her time wasn't tied up. Knowing that she was there when I come home to just give me a meal, that was good for me. But to the moms and the dads too, I should say, because who are out there and they are, you have a busy schedule, uh, but you want to be part and parcel of your children's life. So you want to be in that position where you can set some time, whether it's maybe a Saturday where you can do swimming, go to swimming lesson to just to watch that part. That's another. I'm sharing things with you that I did. So my daughter back then was into swimming lesson. Wasn't able to attend all, but I was able to attend some of them and give her that support. And so these are the things you want to do in terms of redefining motherhood. You want to ensure that your children know that you are there. You might not be there with them physically, but you are on top of things. You can ask them things, you can share with them. As I was saying, for me, when my daughter was younger, there were times I couldn't be there. I was in the middle of studies, and my life, I was transitioning from one aspect to another. And one of the things I did was to ensure special times. For instance, up to she's a full-fledged adult now, and she's still telling me, Mom, that Valentine's, by you by far my best Valentine's. Because I remember there was one time we had something planned and she got a disappointment, and we had this beautiful Valentine's date, and she remembered it from back then. She was around, I think she should have been about 11, 12, and she's a full-fledged adult now and still telling me that I'm by far the best Valentine she had. So plan those special moments. Yes, you want to be very present, but in the event that you cannot be very present all the time, plan these special moments so your children will be able to look back. It goes such a long way. So they'll be able to look back and they'll be able to pull and draw from these things. And another important thing you want to do as you are redefining things is to be friends with your children, friends, parents. It's important. One of the things I remember as an adult, as a parent, is that a couple of my daughter's friend, I remember one couple in particular, they came home and spent an entire day with me to check me out because we were going to have the sleepover and so on. Trust me, I wasn't going to let my daughter go to a sleepover, but I was hosting the sleepover, and so some of the parents came to check me out. Yes, so these are things you want to do. Be part and parcel of their friend's life. One of the things I remember way back when is that when my daughter, she would have had friends that at times they were experiencing little issues, and she would say, my mom can pray, and she would come and tell me, Mom, this is happening in this friend of mine's life, and so we will pray together. Mom, can you pray for this person? So these are the things you want to, as a parent, to initiate with your children. Ensure that you are friends with their friends and their friends' parents. Yes? So, and what happens with that is that you feel more at ease, and your friend, no, a friend parent cannot make up for you as a parent, but you feel more at ease, and then you are able to plan activities that they can assist you with. Yes? So these are, again, as I said, this is all those things that you can use to redefine motherhood and not make motherhood or parenting a, a, a drudgery or dredge, or those uh, feeling guilty that you're not there 100% for your children and so on. So I'm going to leave now. Our next session, which of course is tomorrow, we're going to talk about identifying your passion, exploring what makes your heart sings with joy. So that's for tomorrow, please God. And as always, this video will be on my channel on YouTube. I don't keep them up here on Facebook. So if you want to check it out, or you want to send someone, you may know of someone who may need some positive word, or just a little something, or even someone who just want to sit in the presence of positivity, send them to my channel. And also there in the comments in the YouTube channel, I normally leave challenges so folks can get aboard on them. And one of the things, there's a brilliant opportunity I have out for individuals who want to focus on their balancing their body, and ensuring that you release stress. And so I have a 2 weeks free challenge to use a software which we call MetaBalance. And so you'll get 2 weeks free of using MetaBalance. And if I can share my own experience, it's extremely powerful. This is an instrument that everybody uses. So you have some medical doctors referring it to their patients, their clients. I myself, as a health coach and a metaphysician, I'm referring people to that. And people of all professions use that, even as you as a mom. And you can also set up your children to use it. I'm in the house here with my family now, and I have my nephew. I've set him up with because I took the family one, and have set him up, and I told him, I'm going to let this thing do your biorhythm, and it will be able to help you. So certain times, if he needs help, in his case, I'm allowing him to use the program on learning something to do. I can't remember it now. So he can use that one, and then he's into sports. So I'm sharing with him how he can use the fitness one and the one to do the massages. So these are things that you can tap into. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'll leave it out on YouTube for you, so you can make use of that. So bye for now. You take good care.